Hey guys, Jake. Today we're going to talk through the relationship between lead and rhythm player. First, let's start on the rhythm topic. So a lot of guys are coming from backgrounds of being the one-man show, being the one guitar player on stage, which kind of has difficulties of its own, and you have to build certain ways and do certain things and make certain decisions and even compromises to fit in with the band. Well, here at least at one of our campuses, we typically have two electric players on the same stage in the same service. So that shakes things up a little bit. So for the rhythm player, a whole lot of responsibility of trying to cover so much ground is off because the lead player is able to cover some of those higher voicings and all of those big lead parts. But as the rhythm player, the role of the rhythm player really is to drive into those sections and provide a lower mid push into some of these bigger sections, and even to provide some just like glue or even just fill in some holes that's missing in the mix. And a really good rhythm player is incredibly effective. So to make that happen, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pull back on the effects that we use. So we're going to use less reverb. I would actually say if we're driving into the section, just turn your reverb off. Maybe some light delay and a good amount of overdrive, and that's really going to be the most effective way to make the most effective use of a rhythm player or rhythm sound. So let's dial up a tone. So I've got my Memory Man on, and I'm going to start with my lighter overdrive. So I'm on the neck pickup, and my tone is at 100%. So I'm going to start playing just some normal voicings, standard voicings that we all know and love. To frame a style to that, that's very much like a very good classic rock sound. Just really good overdrive, super punchy, very, very good, very full sound. And we can even drive that even more with some more overdrive, and we can still complement the lead player well. So I'm going to play those same voicings. And there's certainly a time and place for that. That sounds fantastic. And if you want to change up your voicings, you totally can. I would say, in my experience, it seems to work really well to stay within the first 5 to 7 frets. And there's a whole lot of triads and dyads that you can play within those 7 frets. Let's go to the key of A, for example. I'm just going to play a progression using just some inversions. I'm going to go to my lighter gain stage for that. And those are very simple voicings. Those are incredibly, incredibly useful inversions, and those will stay very far out of the way of where the lead player will be. And all of those voicings are movable in every key. So now let's move on to the lead player. And this is where you can really just open up, and when you can turn on your delay and reverb, because that's what it's going to call for. If you were going to play the same lead lines as, like, let's say Ever Be by Bethel, if you didn't have the proper amount of reverb or delay, or if you didn't have them on at all, the part would sound completely different. So when it calls for it as a lead player, delay and reverb is incredibly important. And also, like, as you increase up the neck, you can really pump up the overdrive level and turn on your gain pedals and just send it into the stratosphere with some of those songs. I'm going to demonstrate what that sounds like. I'm going to turn the Klon on, and about halfway through, I'm going to kick in the Prince of Tone and maybe throw on my boost on top of that. So let's hear what this sounds like. And that sound is going to work perfectly. It's going to sit great in the mix, and you're going to add that edge and that melody to the band, and it's going to blend really, really nicely.